Hey, what up, everybody? Thursday night, San Francisco 49ers get down to action. This is the game that we've been talking about all off-season, basically since the NFC Championship game, where basically you can say we were robbed, we weren't robbed, basically thinking maybe Crabtree had a chance to catch that ball. And the 49ers have built the team trying to get back to beating the Seahawks. We've had no trouble beating the Seahawks at home, where this game is going to be played. The biggest trouble is for the Seahawks to beat us, where the Niners play, or for us to beat the Seahawks in Seattle. That is the biggest test of what's going down. The Niners have to hold their own this week, trying to make sure that they don't give up their first loss in their home territory. This is the game that both of these teams need. We're both going into this game at 7-4. Of course, the Niners are coming off beating the Washington Redskins in a very good game, and Seattle showed up and took it to the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday, helping everybody out, helping them out, helping us out, and getting us back into the chase to see if we can chase down and see who can win the NFC West. This game is going to be it's going to be a great game. I mean, this is what both teams have really been building for all season. I just really, as a 49er fan, honestly, I don't know. Like, when it comes to basketball, everybody wants to have their team play basketball on Christmas because it's the day that the NBA really kicks up and really starts going. The season starts around Halloween time, but it's when really everybody starts pointing their attention towards NBA basketball with the triple header basketball games. And, they always put on the biggest matchups. A few years ago, they saved the first Heat versus Lakers game, basically where Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe were going to play for the first day, because that was basically the biggest day that most people were going to be watching. And Thursday, it used to just be they had the snore games on there. One was the Lions, one was the Cowboys. Most of the years, those games weren't even really that good, with both teams, I guess all four teams, having to play on Sunday and then turn around and have to play this holiday game on Thursday. They never really panned out that well, but due to the increase in just everybody loving the NFL and wanting to see as much of it as possible, they've added this third game, and the San Francisco 49ers have had to play this game one time. A few years ago, they played against the Baltimore Ravens, and I remember in this nighttime game, I just had ate so much food. As a husband and as a father, we have to, go everywhere in the world. Everybody wants to see our kids. Most of the time, we have to do 3 dinners. This year, we're only doing 2. But you go somewhere, you get stuffed, you talk with everybody, then you have to drive clear across town to the next one. By the time you get to that house, you're already exhausted, and then you have to go through all the rigmarole again of having to go through all of that. I remember leaving that 49ers and Ravens game and coming home, and I could have got home right around halftime and sat down and watched that game and finished it up. But I honestly, just being so stuffed, so tired from driving the family around all day long, I just went to bed. I just said, I'll see what happens in the morning. I have no cares in the world about what goes down. This is a game that I can't do that at, and it's honestly going to be one of the biggest ones. Like I've been saying for a few weeks, one loss is going to make or break this season with us getting into the playoffs. You look at these two teams; they're almost basically carbon copies of each other. Basically, well-built teams on offense, both starting with the quarterback position, Russell Wilson and Colin Kaepernick. If you look at the stats, only a few 100 yards sort of separate these guys. Wilson with 14 TDs. Kaepernick with 15 TDs, Marshawn Lynch and Frank Gore, 2 great experienced leadership running back guys. Lots of talk about Lynch, sitting out and basically being upset that one of his friends on the Seahawks, Harvin, was traded to the Jets. The guy that I honestly haven't heard much about since he went there, and a lot of people were thinking he was going to be a real make or break guy to add to this Jets team and be a juggernaut to the offense. I don't know. I mean, he never really got a whole bunch of time in Seattle because of his injuries. When they let him go, it was a really big shock that a team like this would do it. It seemed like it was going to be something that was going to cripple the team, and then they were able to gather back up, and it seems like they're right where they were just a minute ago. You look at their receiving corps with Baldwin and Kearse leading the Seahawks, and of course you have Bolden and Crabtree. On the other side is Stevie Johnson. Sort of tilted in our favor, maybe having a better wide receiving core out there. But this is going to be a damn good team. I know that everybody out there is going to be watching. I know that basically all the bragging rights are going to be on the line. And as a Niner fan, I wouldn't be lying to you that I'm a little bit scared about this game. I don't want to make excuses about what's going down, but everybody knows that we're coming into this game limping. But it's not like Seattle's not going to have their own injuries. But when I see things like Justin Smith isn't practicing this week, when I know that we've already lost a ton of defensive players, Jimmy Ward's not going to be there, Patrick Willis isn't going to be there. I haven't heard 100%. On who's even going to be there. Vernon Davis has been beat up this year. But it just comes down to this. If we lose this game, we might as well start making plans for the playoffs, for what we're doing for, vacation. Because if we can't get this done, we have no business going to the playoffs, because this is a team that more than likely is going to be there as well. If all goes right, I was talking with my buddy Alex, and he's a big Seattle fan, and I was saying, look, man, if we just take care of business, if you guys can beat the Cardinals twice, and we can beat the Cardinals once at the end of the season, and we play each other well, and we win the rest of our games, we can force Arizona out of the playoffs. Because, I can't talk a whole lot of crap about Stanton, the quarterback of the Cardinals. He beat us, flat out. That's what it comes down to. Stanton showed up, when Carson Palmer went down. And a lot of people were thinking, well, the Niners got an easy game here. Flat out. It wasn't easy. They beat us, and that was it. But I just really don't see, the Cardinals, running the table this season. They are an experienced team. They're a good team. They're a team that should have been there last year. But they got a lot riding on their shoulders, being the number one team in the NFC West. A lot of people looking at them, a lot of interviews, a lot of people sucking up their time. It just matters seeing, if they can execute and how well they can finish strong. And I don't think they can do it. I think that they'll crumble to the point to where the Seahawks and the Niners will both be able to pass them. If they can go out there and they can play football, both of these teams won't be able to run the table, basically, because the Seahawks play the 49ers this week, and then in 2 weeks we play them again. So I don't really see that coming down to it. But the Niners can only lose one game, and the Seahawks are probably in the same boat. I think you're going to need 11 wins in order to make the playoffs. And as long as we can execute and we win those games against us, there's a chance that we can crawl back into this. So we're going to have to see what goes down. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving tomorrow. I don't have to work until 2 o'clock. I got to stay till 11 for some freaking reason. But it's going to be a great game. Hopefully I can stay up for it. I'm not going to put too much turkey and mashed potatoes into the belly, because I don't want to be falling asleep. So maybe just smaller portions. Maybe I'll eat a bigger portion once the game's done and we're all relieved. I'll grab that turkey leg and I'll just start smacking down like I was on the All Madden team. Peace out, everybody.